we're gonna go from, we're attacking this leg, and we're gonna switch to the other leg when he prevents for us a difficulty in attacking the first leg. So come up. Okay guys, so sometimes when you go for this, he gets the foot planted, okay? And he points the knee out, okay? Making it difficult for me to take weight off the foot, okay? Obviously, like, there are still ways potentially to get weight off the foot, but every once in a while you run into someone who's really good at keeping the foot planted, okay? Especially when he grabs your head, okay? In situations like this, instead what we're gonna do is I take my left foot out and I put it on the floor, okay? Now I'm gonna grab his tricep. My left foot's gonna bump him up and we grab the back of his knee, okay? Now I swivel my left leg around and I'm gonna lock a triangle. From here, my right arm, I don't wanna just leave it here because you can take an underhook here. You can on this side, yep, very good. Yeah. So instead, I'll stay up. Instead what I wanna do is I frame across his chest. Okay, my right hand underneath his armpit. And my elbow and knee are tight together. Now from here, it's easy to bring him down like so. Okay, let's go to the other side. So. He comes up to this knee. I'm here, but yeah, he gets the foot planted. Okay? Especially if he grabs your head. Okay, it's hard to extend him, especially now because his hand is connected. His hand is connected to my head, so I can't get extension of him. So instead I go here, I bump him up, and now look, I grab the back of his knee. One of two things is gonna happen. Either his foot comes off the floor when I bump him up, foot comes off the floor, yeah. And then we can go right into this move, or the foot will stay on the floor. I'll show that. Let me show this variation once more, and then I'll show when the foot stays on the floor. Let's come this way. Okay, so this move, guys, just stay right here for a second. This move, guys, is called a Kani Basami, okay? There are a couple of key details you need in order to get this right. So let's say you're coming here. Okay, guys, the first thing is look at my right foot. That's the one on the inside. Okay, that leg is my frame, okay? When I bump him up, not that heavy, not that heavy. Okay. When I bump him up and I'm here, I don't take my right leg and reach through. Okay? I have to keep it here and I bring my left leg to my right leg and then I lock a triangle. Okay? If I take my right leg and I reach through, don't do this. He's gonna crush me. Okay, this is a terrible frame. I'm not gonna be able to stop it from crushing me. I have to keep this here. Okay, then I connect by bringing my left leg to my right leg, not my right leg to my left leg. This is very bad, okay? I'm gonna get crushed here. This is terrible, okay? Here, I can keep myself safe because my shin is in front of him. I can push him away with my shin, okay? And I'm holding his legs together, so I can more easily push him over, okay? And we can take him down. Okay, let's look at that again. If when I bring him up, all right, I'm just not gonna use this one, just cut it, it's okay. Don't be so heavy on him, man. So if when I elevate him, put the foot on the floor. The foot stays up, put the foot on the floor.
Piedi a terra.
Yeah, when the foot goes on the floor, instead I gotta do it a little differently. I go to a reverse X, and then I come around. Okay, does that make sense, guys? So let's go back, so come up. Please be lighter, man. When I take the foot off the floor.
Fuori, solleva il piede.
Yeah, if this is here, we just go like this.
See.
Let's go down. Now come on. Yeah, another foot. If the foot on the floor, if the foot goes on the floor, you have to go here instead because I can't go through because that's in my way. So you go here instead. Okay.
When the knee is elevated, you use your right arm to help guiding the knee.
What do you? I'm sorry. What do you mean?
Well, you use your right arm to guide the knee inside the Kani Basami.
Yeah. So we're gripping there in order to keep him from pointing the knee to the outside, which is going to make too much distance for my leg to swivel around his leg. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Does this make sense, guys?
Yeah.
All right. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3. So now let's look at a follow-up move for when. Okay, it's hard to get the reverse X. One way that it can be very difficult for me to get the reverse X Kani Basami entry is, so let's say we're here, and he elevates this leg very high. If I was able to catch the back of the knee before he elevated, he can't stop the entry anymore, right? But if he gets it really high, yeah, now it's like, it's really hard to grab that, you know what I mean? So instead, I'm gonna take my left foot, I put it right here to hold up his leg. Now my right leg is gonna go at his ribs, right here. Now I rotate behind him, okay? Now my left leg goes here. Now I'm gonna reach for the secondary leg. I pull it to me, I lock up a triangle, and I put him down. And we land in a very strong diagonal ashi position. This is, in my opinion, the most dangerous leg entanglement to have somebody in. This is more powerful than the cross ashi, the position we were just in before, okay? This is a very advanced and very dangerous leg entanglement, okay? Let's look at that again. This time, let's do it from this angle this time. Okay, so I'm here. So we're here. I tried to get reverse X. I can't grab the leg. My left leg cannot travel behind his hamstring. Okay, do you guys see what the problem is here? It is impossible for my left leg to travel behind his hamstring. Okay, so instead, I go here. Now my right leg goes here, and that's gonna allow me to move around to go here. Now I reach for the secondary leg, grip it, pull it towards me, lock up my legs, and I easily control his legs and put him down. Okay, again. Okay, so I was trying to do the reverse X. If I can grab behind his knee, you don't need to do this. You just do this instead, okay? But he elevates. What he gives me here is a lot of space, okay? He's making it hard to get to that leg, true, but he's giving me a lot of space to spin, okay? So keep this nice and high. I know it's hard, thanks, man. So I'm gonna go here. It's not an easy position to hold. Now look, my right leg is gonna go here. This position of my right foot is gonna enable me to turn around like so, okay? Now from here, I lock my legs and we grab the leg. Don't worry specifically the exact way you're grabbing the leg, just grab it. It can be here, it can be here. All I want you to focus on is getting a good control of it so he cannot widen his base. If he can take his legs apart, yeah, it's gonna be hard to put him down. This is not a bad position still. There's things you can do here. But if I have that leg, it's significantly better. Okay, makes sense, guys?
Okay.
Let's look at that one more time. Guys, do this very slowly, okay? I think as long as you understand like why we're doing this, and you understand, I think, 2 of the main steps, I think even though it's advanced, you guys should be able to get it. We're doing this because I'm going for the reverse X, but he elevates his leg. Is that clear to everybody, right? The reason he's elevating his leg is to make it difficult for me to take my leg and go all the way around the back of his hamstring, okay? So let's go back there. So if you understand why we're doing this, I think it helps make it a little easier to understand how to do it. So look, he brings this high. If he brings it low, I can get this here. But he brings it high, so I can't. Let's actually go another angle. Let's go here. Okay, so he brings it very high so I can't get around. Now guys, look, this goes here, and then this goes here. This is to hold him up. This is to move myself around him. Now we go here. Now I lock my legs, triangle, put him down. Okay? So the key steps are use one foot to hold him up, then get your other foot on his ribs to move around the back, then lock a triangle with your legs on the inside of his hips, then grab his secondary leg. Okay? Any questions, guys? All right, let's give this a try. After this, we're gonna come back and we're gonna do a Q&A where you guys can ask any questions you want. It could be about what we did today or it could be about anything else. Yeah, all right, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3. So let's break down an example of Craig using the Kani Basami entry that I just showed in the technique part of this video. Okay, it happens pretty quick. So I'm just gonna show Craig do it, and then I'm gonna break it down. Okay, and if it doesn't make any sense when you watch it, don't worry, we're gonna analyze it. Okay. But first, I think it'll be useful just to see him do it. Yeah, very, very quick. Okay, so let's break that down. First thing first, right here, okay, gonna go back a little bit earlier. Okay, first thing first, here he's trying to get his left leg inside. Obviously, this is a different, the exact setup is a little bit different, but what he's gonna try to do is get his left leg inside Wagner's hips to do a Kani Basami on this leg. With his, in this case, Craig's right leg is the frame leg, and his left leg is the swivel leg. Remember, the swivel leg is the leg that is basically going around the back of the leg that we're attacking, the leg that's going to be the primary leg. That's this leg, at least initially. And then it comes into the hamstring of that leg, and then you lock your legs and you have them in a cross ashi, okay? So right here, so look, this leg, he's trying to get this essentially in front of the thigh here to shoot it in this direction and then come back behind the hamstring to get a cross ashi. But what Wagner does right away is he elevates his leg, okay? And in doing that, it's going to be really hard for Craig. I mean, I would say it's going to be basically impossible for him to get it around the thigh in the way that he would need to in order to put him into the cross ashi. Plus, Wagner's pointing his knee to the outside, so that creates more distance that Craig's, in this case, his left leg, his left leg would have to cover. Okay, there's no way he's going to entangle this into a cross ashi now with a basic Kani Basami. But when Wagner raises this leg to basically bring it away from Craig's his hips and this leg, what he does is he creates more space here underneath his hips. And then, in this case, Wagner's right leg is more exposed to Craig's left leg coming through here. Okay? So he gets him on the other leg. All right? Now, here, Craig makes a different series of choices once he gets the position than what I showed. So, first of all, because this leg is on top, it's going to be a little bit harder to reach the secondary leg and get him into a diagonal ashi with both legs controlled, okay? So instead of like pushing it to the outside and trying to go for an outside heel hook, or maybe trying to get the secondary leg, which is probably going to be hard at this point because now Wagner is going to be able to use his hands in front to frame. Craig puts it inside and fishes for the inside heel hook. Pretty close. I'm pretty sure Wagner gets out, but yeah, definitely. I mean, that's pretty tight, or it was at least initially. Yeah. Let's look at the entry again. Here you see he's trying to get inside position. See how Wagner's got this foot at the back of Craig's left knee. Craig's trying. Yeah, this is not the topic of the video, but he's trying to get that leg to the inside of the hips to get to the reverse X here to go to a cross ashi on Wagner's left leg through a Kani Basami movement. Remember, if you ever get confused with this, cross ashi or saddle, that's the position. The Kani Basami is the movement. Right, so a Kani Basami is not a position. It's like an arm drag, right? I wouldn't say, oh, I entered an arm drag. You'd say, oh, I used the arm drag to get to his back, right? Similarly, you would say, I used the Kani Basami to get to the saddle, or I used the Kani Basami to get to the cross ashi and saddle, same position, just different names. Okay, so anyway, here Craig is trying to use a Kani Basami on Wagner's left leg to get into the saddle position, but when he raises this leg, he makes that difficult for Craig, but he makes space here at his hips. Pretty much, I mean, almost always, whenever you make a choice in jiu-jitsu, you block one avenue, but you open up another avenue, right? The human body can only be in so many physical spaces at once, right? So as a result, when you make one choice to shut something down, usually you open up something else, okay? What we have to do when we're attacking is we have to understand, okay, if he shuts down this door, what is the door that he's opening up instead for me? And we have to be able to capitalize upon that, okay? And you got to chain between these options, right? Here, this space underneath underneath his hips,
that is precisely where there's space now. Yeah. So now what Craig's going to do is he switches to the leg in the way that I showed in the technique part of the video. He gets this sort of inverted. It's kind of like almost an Imanari roll style entry, Imanari roll style Kani Basami into the cross ashi. Okay. Or like I said, you could also use it to get the diagonal ashi. It's going to depend on where your hands are when you do the initial entry. Because of the way Craig's hands were here, probably a little bit easier to switch to cross ashi and go for the inside heel hook rather than going to diagonal ashi.